Hair flip time. Hello, I'm Charly and today I'm going to be doing my January wrap up and my February TBR. You guys don't understand how excited I am to do this video. I'm always so excited to do my wrap up videos because I'm like really proud of how many books I read this month. Even though it was holidays, I read 7 books, although 2 of them were mangas and 1 of them was like a graphic novel, I think. But yes, I am so excited to do this. I've been waiting all month for this video. So, I'm gonna get started. First book that I read was a reread, and that is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I started this one in December because I was getting nightmares and I woke up, so every time I woke up I read this, but then they went away and then I was like, well, I could just finish it now. And I loved it just as much the second time around. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. And I did a book talk on this, except I haven't uploaded it yet. So you'll be seeing a book talk on this as well as most of the books that I read this month. The second book I finished was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Also did a book talk on this. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This has been my favourite in the series so far, and I haven't read any of the others yet, so I haven't read the 5th, 6th and 7th. But this one has been my favourite, as well as the movie, which I also watched, and this took me a really long time to get through, so that's why I'm surprised I got through so many books this month, is because this took me like 2 weeks of the month to get through, and I started it in December as well, so I'm always so slow with these books. But yes, I really love this one. And the third book that I finished in January is If You Find Me by Emily Murdoch. This book was amazing. Also did a book talk on this, and I'm actually really proud of the book talk I did on this, and yeah, so you should watch that when I upload it. I haven't uploaded any of the book talks yet, but this was amazing. It's really short, so good, guys. So good. Oh my gosh. The next 2 books I read are in a bind-up, and they are 2 mangas, and that is Death Note Volume 1 and Volume 2. Really love this. This is the first time I've ever read manga, and it's the black edition, and it has the first 2 volumes, and yeah, this was so good. If you want to start on a manga, I would suggest this one. I didn't do a book talk on this because, like, I don't know how to do that on a manga, but I gave both the first and the second volume 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I finished was Emerald Green by Kirsten Gier. This is the 3rd book in the Ruby Red trilogy, and I'm so glad that I have finished this trilogy because it's not very often that I finish trilogies. Like, it usually takes me a long time, but I feel like I got through this trilogy really quick. I did a book talk on this. I have a book talk on the 1st and 2nd book on my channel uploaded, and the 3rd one is coming. So yes, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, as well as the 1st and the 2nd book, so all of them got 4 out of 5 stars. The final book that I finished in January is The Invention of Hugo Braid by Brian Selznick, and you can just fly through this book because it is, I don't know if this is called a graphic novel because I don't really know things, but as you can see, there's a lot of pictures. It says in the front flap, hold on, it says 284 pages of original drawings, so it's about 530-ish pages long. So I think, yeah, it's mostly pictures, but it's almost half-half. So I still count this as a book because it still has a lot of words, but you could get through this in like 3 hours at most, maybe. I read it over like 3 days because I was busy and stuff, but yes, this was really good. I didn't do a book talk on this one. Might do one in the future, maybe. I don't know, but this is the type of book that I would read to my children, and it's a middle grade book, but it's a really good book. Like, you will not regret reading this, except it's pretty expensive. So that's the only downside. On to my February TBR. I've picked 4 books for this month, and I don't think I'll get through all of them. I might get through the first 3 and then start the 4th one. So the first book I'm planning to read is one I've already started, and that's Looking for Alaska by John Green. And yeah, this along with, I haven't read this one, and I haven't read Will Grayson or Let It Snow. I've read these 3. So I have a feeling this might be my favourite one because I'm never really like overwhelmed, excited about John Green's books. So I'm hoping this one is like really good for me, I hope, because I've heard some people really love it and I've heard some people don't love it. So I feel like I'm going to love it though, so hopefully I do. I'm about, how long am I in? I'm like 90 pages in, so I'll probably finish this weekend, hopefully. And straight after I finish that, I'm going to pick up Shatter Me by Tahara Murphy. I've been wanting to read this ever since I got it in the mail, and now that Ignite Me has come out and people have been raving about it, I'm really excited because when when a series trilogy has a good ending and people say it has a good ending, that makes me really want to read it. Because really often, trilogies, the third book isn't as popular as the others. But I am really excited to read this. You don't understand. I don't know if I'm going to love it because I'm scared of the hype, but I feel like I will for some reason. But I don't have the second and the third book, so if this ends on a cliffhanger, then I might punch someone. The next book I plan to read is Angel Fall by Susan E. And this I'm planning to read along with some of my booktube friends, including Sierra Jav, Megan from What Is a Bibliophile, and also Jordan from Nerds Like Us 97, and we have been planning to do a read-along for this for a pretty long time. It was the beginning of January, end of December maybe. I think it was December actually, but yeah, we are doing a read-along and we decided that we're going to open it up to our viewers just like the Control read-along, and we're reading this on the 20th onwards. So I'm going to make a video straight after this giving you the details, but we have a Goodreads group, and yeah, I'll do a separate video on it, so please watch that video if you're interested in joining in. We really want people to join in, so, but yes, I'm reading this on the 20th. That's pretty specific, so I'm excited though. It's really short, so if you haven't read anything with other people, then I would do this because the chapters are really short and the book's really short, so it'll be easy for you to keep up. And the final book that I have picked to read in February is The Diviners by Braid. I got this a pretty long time ago, not that long ago, but I'm pretty good with reading books. I don't like having books on my shelf unread, heaps of them, so I really want to read this, and I don't know, I feel like reading it now, but I don't know if I'm going to like it. It's really big, so I'm not going to get through it. I know I won't, because it's 600 pages and these pages are long, so, but I'm really excited to read this because I like scary things, and this is paranormal. I don't know a lot about it, I just know 1920s paranormal mystery, that's all I know. So really, really excited to read this though, it's so beautiful. I just want to say that I've read it. So those are all of the books that I read in January and the books that I plan to read in February. Most of those books have book talks coming out, like I said, so look out for those. There is one for Emerald Green, there's one for If You Find Me, A Monster Calls, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm really proud of the Harry Potter one, it's hilarious, okay, so you have to watch that one because I know most of you have read it, okay, so you better watch it. It's funny, okay? But that is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!